Hey guys, it's time for another feeding video. We'll start off with the Brachypama bomi. Took that without any problem. Is that yours? Is that yours? Enjoy your delicious treat. Alright, next. Here's my Thrixopama acriti. Trying to hide. Come on, get out. Get out so we can see you. Yeah, let's see. Get a good cricket. Wow. And that's how it goes. There's your dinner. Check out this freshly molted Brachypama abopilosum. Remember, this one's been in hiding for the last several weeks. Look at that beauty. Pretty amazing. Pretty sure this one's going to be hungry. I lost 2 crickets. They were on top of the lid of the critter keeper and escaped. Well, I'm surprised you're not wanting to eat. Probably because I disturbed you. Look at that beauty. She's a sweetheart. And I do believe it's a female. Okay, well, she'd rather be left alone apparently, but I'll leave the cricket in there for her. Alright, next. I forgot to feature this one in my last feeding video, but this is the Aphonopama simani. This one has not been eating, so not really sure it's going to eat this time, but we'll try. Well, it acted interested, then it got startled. But as you can see, doing just fine. Alright, we'll leave this one alone. Next. This is my Brachypalma, my Acanthoscurria brocklehursti. Let's see. These crickets. Oh, you go back in there. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Yes, I'm sorry. I just had to get the cricket out. If an Acanthoscurria denies food, they are very likely in pre-molt. And I did suspect this one to be in pre-molt, but I wanted to be sure. It's a little harder to tell sometimes with the tarantulas that have the obvious black abdomens. But yeah, this one's definitely in pre-molt. Because this one eats like a pig usually. Well, I'm getting some teas in a row that aren't eating. This isn't becoming very exciting, is it? But at least it's an update. Hopefully we'll see a molt happen really soon with this one, and I'll show you. Alright, next. This is my 9-dude Colorado villosus. This is another one that doesn't care to eat on camera every time. Yeah, it's not going to eat for us on camera. Hey, maybe I'm getting the boring tarantulas over with. Not a good way to start the video, though. Well, they're still lookers, even if they don't eat. Alright, next. Well, maybe the Acanthoscurria geniculata won't let us down. Assuming I can get a cricket. I'm not good at this. Come on. Whoa. Haha, there we go. About time we got one to eat. And that's a big cricket too. It's a big female cricket. Took a while, but we finally got a tea to eat. That's good. I figured this one wouldn't let me down because it's not in pre-molt and it's an Acanthoscurria, so. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Here's another one that can be camera shy. This is the Nandu carapenensis. A lot of times it will eat off camera. It's easily startled, as you can see. Yeah, I know it's going to eat though. It's not pre-molt, and it half the time it's just camera shy. So, but an update nevertheless. Looking good. Alright, next. This is a tea that I would be really shocked if it refused food. This is the Formictopus concertes. Just like an Acanthoscuria, this one always eats unless it's in pre-molt. One of my favorite teas. Should be interesting when it gets bigger. It will become more defensive. That's a good cricket for you. But took it down with no problem. Alright, next. My Lasiodora parahabana has done a lot of interior decorating here lately. And it's under there. So, not so sure we're going to see this one. Well, he's now you see the back end of it. Can't tell if it got it. Let's see if I can kind of... There we go. We got to see a little bit of an attack there. Alright, next. Here's the most beautiful tarantula in my collection. This is the Chromatopalma cyanopubescens. Normally a great eater. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, there's some. Thought most of my yeah, that one's a pretty good tongue feeder. Usually attacks prey with much gusto. It's got one leg up in the air. Such a beautiful tea. But as you can see, interesting. Doesn't want crickets today. You saw it attacked it, but didn't take it. So what I usually do in that situation is offer it something else in case it's just not in a cricket mood. Yeah, this one hasn't been acting itself lately. It's not in pre-molt, but the last maybe couple times it's been denying food. So I'm just going to leave it in here, put it in the webbing there, and just let it get it whenever it wants to get it. Certainly a looker. Alright, on to the next one. Look at my freshly molted Brachypama smithy. Unfortunately, this one appears to be a male when I examine the molt. So that makes me sad. But at least I have another Brachypama smithy, so maybe that one will turn out to be a female. But this one attacked the water dish when I was pouring water into it, so it's probably very hungry. So I'm going to offer a superworm today. Look at those stunning colors. Simply gorgeous. Yeah, I figured this one would eat, since it didn't eat for a while when it was in pre-molt. And I'd given it over a week even after its molt. So I knew this one would be ready. At least we got some more to feed. We're not having a lot of good luck with feeding today. What a beauty. Certainly a stunner. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Here's my Brachypama vagans. As you can see, the rump is quite large. In fact, it's so large I'm not going to feed this one today. Plus, I think this one may be in pre-molt. So, been doing a little extra webbing, interior decorating. Excuse me. So I think this one will be molting pretty soon. It's been long enough to where I think it would be about time. So I'm just going to give this one water. That needs to come out. And be done with it. Well, there's an update on her. She's a beauty. Very skittish though. She's given me quite a few threat postures. So we'll just leave her be. Alright, next. Here's my Acanthoscurria chicoana, which as usual is in the way of the water dish. There we go. And doesn't appreciate it when I move it. There. This one is another one that will always eat unless in pre-molt. Let's see. No problem there. It's like the cricket bounced right into his mouth. Cool. Alright, next. Here's my enclosure of the Poecilotheria striata. This one is in pre-molt, very likely. It's been doing a lot of hiding here lately, and also tons of webbing. There he is. Well, you can see him a little bit right there. Ha! There we go. Pretty certain this one's in pre-molt. But it's acting interested in what I'm doing. But I don't think this one's gonna eat. So I'm just gonna put this one in as an update and just give it some water. And move on to the next one. There's a lot of webbing it's done. It's done an excessive amount of webbing here lately, and has also been hiding under there quite a bit. And the abdomen looks a little swollen, so I'm thinking that this one is in pre-molt. So we'll just let this one go for now. Alright.